people not be smart, it don't happen, my people. A lot of Ondo people will be say, Ondo State will be say they don't dey voice out, say, they don't get governor again, no. Say the governor, they sick. Why the governor no gree hand over power? Those of una will be say, una no know. Ondo State governor na Governor Akeredolu, my people will be say, the time will be say Governor Akeredolu never dey sick. Na him dey fight the Fulani people, the North people back to back, where they talk say, make dem no dey carry cow dey waka for road. My people, things don't happen. Oh. Everywhere don't scatter, table leg don't break. Now, though people no come get person will be say, it dey help them dey fight this fight of Northerners where they use their cow till they kill many people for Ondo State. My people no be smart, many Ondo people don't voice out say make Akeredolu make e do wetin, make e carry power, transfer power, give in deputy. My people not be smart, una know say audio record leak come aside where Akeredolu wife confirm say Akeredolu dey sick, say they don't carry and go different places, so say Akeredolu still dey sick. My people, now as matter dey ground, so my people, Akeredolu now don finally carry power, transfer and give the deputy. Because why? The deputy governor, because why? The sick don't pass. Be careful, my people. Some even talk say the power will be say they transfer, so better Akeredolu don already go, while some talk say they fly Akeredolu go abroad. My people, I even see picture of Akeredolu where they sick right now. It dey different from when they elect Governor Akeredolu. My people, no be smart, A lot of people they talk say, if you know say you get health issue, why you no kukuma carry the power, do wetin, transfer and give your deputy governor where they strong, make it dey rule the people, so that something, although people go know say they get governor, not be say you go just forget about your own people and decided to continue where you know say you know this stand, and you will continue to hold the power. Office go come empty, your deputy no go fit give order, you no go fit do anything. My people, e don set. I wan make una go confirm wetin happen to Akeredolu. Make una see say this water e don pass garri, because nobody know Akeredolu whereabout. Some people they talk say they transfer, they try carry and travel go abroad, go treat am, because e don say even for Tinubu inauguration e no dey there. Even all those rally wey they do back to when Tinubu dey campaign, Akeredolu no dey there. My people no be smart, I go like make una go watch video where they announce say they don finally carry power, give the deputy governor, the deputy governor of Ondo State. My people, make una go watch video. My people.
Okay, let's start from Ondo State. After weeks of speculation surrounding the health status of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, the one they know as Aketi, that's the Ondo State governor, following his prolonged absence from office, we can now report that he, Governor Akeredolu, has officially transferred power to his number 2 man, Lucky Aiyedatiwa. I hope I got that right. In a letter transmitted by Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Olamide Oladiji, the deputy governor will act as governor while the boss is on medical leave abroad. Now, Governor Akeredolu will be away for 21 days. Transmission of power is an issue in our politics. Olawale?
Well, it shouldn't be. The law is clear on that. And incidentally, the man involved here, the governor of the state, is one that is known for promoting justice and rule of law. So it's quite unfortunate that...
as a lawyer himself.
Yes, and he has spoken on national issues. I mean, wherever, even against his own party, whenever he notices, something in that direction that is tilting towards or what will affect the rule of law. So when this started, and some of us felt that the handlers actually are trying to erode the legacy, what the man is known for. Because sure, for me, I can vouch for him behind him. The left to him, he wouldn't delay a single day. He's done it over and again. He has never, he's not one that is given to such, So, we're caught between compassion for a governor that deserves it, not just because he's the number 1 and anyone can be sick, but because he's been doing this before. When he's traveling, he transfers power to the deputy. But unfortunately, this is it didn't go the same way, and he was in Nigeria for quite some time. And of course, when they were extraditing him back in the state to resume, again, that didn't happen. Not necessarily because he wasn't so unfit, but I felt we knew that he needed to, live to get better treatment. So sometimes last week or so, or 2 weeks back, it was rumored that he will, come back to resume. But I felt he wanted to, but the handlers felt he should go out to have a better, treatment. And anybody can be sick. But the question here is, why not obeying the law by transferring power to the deputy? And that gave room for all manner of, theatrics, intrigues, because what came up later was politics of succession. And I'll explain. One, remember, we are close to the election year. The state election is, next year. And people are already jostling to succeed him. And some who did not have the faith, perhaps they were losing hope in the health of the man. So they felt if the deputy governor would start acting as the governor, and he stays there for such a long time, he also has thrown his hat into the ring. He wants to contest that. That will give him the undue advantage over others. So I think it wasn't about the man himself, Aketi. It was about those who surround him. One, those influence holders in the corridor of power who want to hold on to that influence, knowing that if the allegiance shifts away from the governor to the deputy, they may not be able to hold the same influence. And those who also want to run for the elections, who think if the deputy governor is given undue advantage over them, he may win the ticket. So it was about,
But you know what comes to mind here?
Yeah.
About Green's 48 laws of power.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Which part of the laws? There are, you have 48 there.
Law. Oga, number one.
Yeah, what I say is that do not outdo your master. And I don't think the man who was outdoing, of course, he kept quiet all through. They threw all manner of things at him. Don't forget.
Number 3 law. Yeah. Don't show your hand too soon.
But the game, okay. See, let me not go into that. Anyway, if you see, in the game of politics, the entire thing revolves around understanding the science of politics. The dynamics are broken to 2 basic: the science of politics and the politics of the science of politics. Wow. Hear that? The science of politics, 1. Then the politics of the science of politics. That is why a man can manipulate data. I mean, check the data towards this election. I disputed those things at that time. I asked for the methodology. I asked for the sample size. I asked for the sample. The sampling population and all of that. Even the interpretation of those data. I asked for those things. So let me get back to Ondo State. So what is going on is basically about the politics of succession, and that really affected the image of the man for a man, that drives towards justice, fair play, equity, and the rule of law.
Okay.
And thank God that at last, the right thing is done, and they have transmitted the power. However, if you check the date, they didn't count the number of days that he's been absent from office. But of course, we can't talk because we need to be filled with compassion for the man, expecting him back so soon by God's grace. By God's grace.
They're saying July 6th.
Yeah, is it 6th? Yeah, we're expecting him back by God's grace.
Yeah, CK. Except that my friend Kolawole has forgotten that the German. I talk about it every once in a while. The German statesman and diplomat Otto von Bismarck said, politics is not an exact game or exact science. Now, let's talk about the conventional media, which allowed a lot of space for the social media market to go to town recklessly. Some of them, one even came out to say Governor Akeredolu was dead.
Well,
conventional media here went to sleep, if you ask me.
Yes, citizen, it happens often and often again. It's not just the social media. The conventional media also in the past have goofed. Remember what happened during the day of Zik, when Zik was said, it was even NTA, the only national TV station then, broke the news that Zik was dead.
Yeah.
There were also some other people that they were. So a lot of people. So many that they've said in the past. I wonder how many times they've said Ebenezer Obey died and so many other people died. But it's neither here nor there. That is expected. A lot of people and a lot of information circulates on social media that cannot be verified. So if you're in doubt, all you need to do is just do a Google search and look for authentic media houses. And if it's not on their website, then it's a good data. But coming back to the issue of Ondo State, we have to understand how they started. The issue of transmission of power.
Yeah.
We had a very, very terrible situation during the Yaradua Goodluck Jonathan era, where the president was absent and was sick, Yaradua, for some time, and nobody was fully in charge. Goodluck Jonathan couldn't.
So it seemed.
It was. Nobody was. He wasn't because, of course, definitely he has to be the vice president, but he wasn't. It was power was shifting between the wife of the president and also the AGF then, the chief of staff, and even the AGF, or even the AGF, Andoka, that was practically running the shot. And a lot of things came up. It got to a point where someone like late Dora Akuili has to shout out during a fake meeting that this mustn't be so.
Yes,
and
she
rest
was
of
then
them.
information.
Yes, she was. So she was so that is one. Then also we also saw what happened at the early stage of the Osinbajo Buhari administration, where the president take flights, move to London or wherever, and stay for days, weeks without transmitting power, and there was a kind of vacuum.
Sometimes you wonder if there's a law against it.
Yes, but it was not until all this that the National Assembly now thought that, come, wait, we cannot allow this to fester. Something has to be done. That is where they now tinker with the law and said, okay, fine, if you are going to go for a certain period of time, 21 days, then you have to hand over power or transmit power. When you come back, you take, and that happens all over the world. If you see, even it doesn't take some countries that much. If the president of the United States is going on a trip outside the country, automatically the vice president takes over, who is also the quote unquote the president of the Senate. That is what's supposed to. But our own here, we hold on to power. But where I really, in as much as I really sympathize with the people of Ondo State, and especially Rotimi Akeredolu, the governor, with what was happening, but we should start looking at certain issues. The fact is that why is it that whenever our public figures fall sick, the first thing to do is to fly them abroad? And that has become the norm. Yeah. That is why the former president, was going for medical checkup every time. If he had a little ear problem, he runs to London. If he has tooth problem, he goes. And you ask yourself, what is the problem? Now, citizens, let me give you a scenario. Apart from the fact that there is need for us to be able to equip our hospitals the way it's supposed to be, either public, private, whichever way you look at it, so that some of these issues, capital flights that we'll be experiencing, can be reduced. We are talking, we don't have foreign exchange.
If a former vice president got treated somewhere here.
Exactly. You know that. Yes, the former vice president, Yemi Osinbajo, that's a fact. He was. But let me give you, part of the issue is that, let me give you a classical example, citizen. Many people have forgotten that some of the best hospitals we have in Nigeria are military hospitals. So many people have forgotten. I'm sure you remember vividly when we were growing up, we were talking military hospital, Yaba. Papa. Some of those things. Let me now give you a classical example. This is something I know about. So weeks back, a close friend of mine had stroke in Lagos. Very severe stroke. And we rushed him to a private hospital in Lagos here. And in the course of this thing, apart from the normal charge, drop so amount of thousands of naira and the rest of them, for a few days, they couldn't treat that guy. The guy was practically going. Somebody somewhere just came and just said, the way, even the hospital themselves, we are about referring us that. Somebody just said, please take this guy to a particular hospital. And they mentioned it, the Nigerian Air Force Hospital in Ikeja. You know that, the one that was that.
Save the day.
Yes, the one along the Osho. This is what we did. And I can tell you, that guy that was going within about 5 weeks now, that guy is walking on his feet. He's talking.
It's possible.
It's possible. So what I'm saying in essence is that there is always need for us to be able to look. There are some of the things we can do by looking.
My people, now the video now on a new watch finish, so on a see wetin happen for inside the video. All right, my people, I would like to end the video for you. Make una let me know wetin on a thing for the comment section. And if una never subscribe, make una subscribe so that una no go miss any latest gist way I dey upload. Now bye bye till I come on away next time. Bye guys, catch you in the next video. Bye guys.